What we're about to show you is going to be difficult to look at. They're images from inside an apartment at Toronto's new YWCA residence for low-income and at-risk women. Tenants say a woman was living in conditions so squalid, they feared not just for her health, but for their own, too. Again, some of you may find these images disturbing. Philip Lee-Shanok now with this CBC Toronto News exclusive.
It's sealed up tight now while workers in protective gear gut the apartment from floor to ceiling. But the horrors behind this tarp have been documented by neighboring tenants. Feces piled high in the toilet, tub and sink. On the walls, flies everywhere. It was so bad that they began fearing for their health and the well-being of the woman who lived there.
A stench that was just permeating the hallway and the elevators.
This woman lives across the hall and says the smell was so bad she knocked on the door to see if everything was okay. What she saw shocked her.
She didn't have any dignity. It was squalor. It was completely disgusting, humiliating for her to live in this circumstance.
This is how the suites start out looking, spacious and clean. The 5-year-old apartment building on Elizabeth Street cost $80 million to build. There are 300 units much like this one in this building, half of them affordable, half of them subsidized, so it's no surprise that they're in high demand. The YWCA says the state of the apartment and the conditions in which the woman was living in was not a surprise.
Yes, we have known about this over a period of months.
The YWCA says the apartment building is home to many at-risk women and their families, and they're bound by strict privacy rules.
This is a building that provides support. But obviously we can't share individual situations.
But she says in this case, staff were trying to help the tenant to continue living on her own.
Within the last 2 weeks, the situation has escalated where we had to increase the level of support and we had to bring in experts.
The woman was finally taken to another institution for care. Her unit will need to be extensively repaired, but she may be able to return to it someday. Philip Lee-Shanok, CBC News, Toronto.
The YWCA says it's in touch with Toronto Public Health and has been assured there are no health risks to tenants.